So we just released our preseason top 20, and I'm going to go over three teams that I think are probably the most overrated teams in the country to start the year. The first one I got is the Michigan Wolverines. A lot of people are talking about them. Obviously, the Bryce Underwood stuff. You hire a new offensive coordinator in Chip Lindsey to kind of revamp that offense. The Michigan defense is always going to be a factor in this. I just think a lot of people are making a lot out of a little towards the end of the season there with two huge wins over Ohio State and Alabama to finish off the year. Um, but you bring in the number one quarterback in the country. You bring in a whole new scheme, a whole new offense. My biggest concern for Michigan is who's going to catch the ball. And this might be one of the first times in a while where you look at Michigan and wonder what's going on the offensive line and defensive line. You replace a lot of starters on both sides of the ball. But that's one team that I really think right now is a little bit overrated. I'd have them just outside of the top 25 and probably middle of the pack Big Ten. Second team I got is Tennessee. Um, a lot of SEC fans that have been following Tennessee, the run they've been on has been great. I mean, a playoff team last year, but this offseason has been nothing but drama for the Tennessee Volunteers. The schedule does play in their favor, so from a win loss perspective, at the end of the year, it might not look like, oh, they had such a bad year if they're 8-4. They have one of the more favorable schedules in the SEC. I just think the trade off they made with UCLA with the quarterback losing Nico, losing a couple guys in that receiving core here in training camp to injuries. It just doesn't feel like Tennessee has reloaded enough to keep up with the way this league produces talent, and the SEC is just going to cannibalize itself again this year, and I feel like Tennessee is going to fall victim to that. And the third team I have is a team that a lot of people are high on. Like, I am a full believer that Ole Miss was the best team in the country last year, most talented team, probably the best offensive and defensive team. They didn't even make the playoffs last year. Well, this year you're starting a new quarterback. Yes, Austin Simmons has played a bit, but you didn't sign the ridiculous transfer portal class like you did last year. You're kind of building through a little bit of recruiting, a little bit of portal additions, but there's not that splash transfer guys like there was last year. There's not going to be a lot of depth there. I think Ole Miss